we didn't really realize that the chicanery, the trickery that the powers to be had tricked us out of moving from our old neighborhood to build the civic arena.
And they would go to various pools and go swimming. While they were there, the young white kids would harass them, call them names. They would jump on them in the pool. And Reverend Patrick and Wendell Freeland would stand aside and make sure that they weren't harmed, and also demand that the pool personnel accommodated the kids that they brought to the pool.
Now, what I didn't tell my dad at that time was that this guy who had the pit bull was like 6'6", 6'7", muscles everywhere. He had tattoos, and this is before he had tattoos, right? This is before everyone had tattoos, and if you were tatted up back in 1992, it just meant something different than being tatted up today.
He was selling pictures of my grandmother. And I would go on to learn later that this man had confiscated and scammed Teenie Harris out of 2,500 of his negatives, because in his later years, Teenie Harris kind of got broke. He had only worked for the Courier all these years, and he got broke, and this gentleman scammed him, took these photographs, and was selling them.
It was my understanding that the person who was first in the class was called the valedictorian and gave the valediction or farewell message at the graduation. But I was told that the valedictory message would be given by the class president, a white male who I think was third in the class. I was not allowed to give the valedictory message at a graduation in which it was proudly announced that I had scored the second highest mathematics SAT score in the country, and that I alone in our class was a national merit scholar.
Although I thought I was going to be doing corporate law work, it was clear that the people I was encountering at church and in the community were not doing mergers and acquisitions and million-dollar financing. They were trying to make communities better, improve communities, build buildings, help children, things like that. And so that's what I started to do as well. With my legal knowledge, I was able to assist in many of those efforts over the years to help communities to grow and to thrive.